Hi everyone, Sam here. I almost missed April, but not quite. I have today and tomorrow. So our semester ended on the 19th, and then I took leave and took 9 or 10 days, 10 days of leave, but I think 9 fully with my family. So it was such a good unplug. I took my Apple Watch off. I brought my iPad, but I didn't even unlock it or turn it on the whole time. It was really needed after, to reset for the new semester. So I apologize I wasn't more timely with my April video. I will make sure you get one every month if I can help it. So it's April 29th today. So it was the first day of the new semester, which is my senior semester. Yay! We only had 2 classes, then we had our IPAP welcome back brief after lunch, and then we did an IPAS brief to the freshman class as well. So that was it was all really good things. Just hit the ground running as usual. I got a couple questions previously that were information on application acceptance and BAH. I know I addressed these in previous videos, so please go back and watch those videos if you haven't. If you guys are ever working on your packet and you have questions that I can help with, feel free to reach out to me and ask me questions. If you are wanting me to read through an LOI, or if you want me to just look at your packet as a whole, I don't mind taking the time to do that. So just reach out to me. As always, my email address will be in the description, and I will get back to you. I try to get back to you within a day, but sometimes it's like 2 days, depending on if I have a test or what have you. BAH, you do get BAH if you have a family. If your family stays back somewhere, you may not get BAH for them. There's also, if you're dual military, there's all the rules to that as well. But for my civilian husband, he does not get BAH, but we chose to live apart. So I get BAH to support my family. Luckily, my husband has his own job, so we aren't hurt for funds right now. But if he didn't and he stayed separately, we may be hurting, or I may have had to have a roommate or something. But all jokes aside, I'm not like a super people person. Oh, sorry, my cheeks are super red today because it's 95 degrees outside and it's still April. So there's that. I'm not a people person, so I chose not to have a roommate. I do have a 1-bedroom apartment, only about 10 minutes from the schoolhouse. So, and it's with utilities and everything, it's still less than my BH. So it's definitely been beneficial for me. If you want to know anything about where I live or anything, you can always email me that as well. I had a question about the number of active reserve and guard that are selected. I will tell you that our class, we were only Army. With the new semester, that's changed a bit. I'll speak on that in a moment. But last semester we had 50 students in our class, 39 of which were active duty, 4 were reserve, and 7 were guard. So, and then to add to that, a lot of people see the MILPER with the active and reserve, especially if you're active. That's usually what you're looking at. It doesn't have guard there, but guard is shared amongst just the guard, the AMED recruiters for the states. So sometimes we'll get that shared as well. I did see the one for fiscal year 24 was uploaded to the Facebook IPAP group, and there were 30 total guards selected with 10 waitlisted. So that can give you an idea if your guard, like maybe, how many do they select, kind of thing. And I'm sure it varies. Well, I'm not sure, but it may vary. I only looked at this last year's. So like I said, we had 7 guard in our class. So I don't know if other classes had more or less, or if they selected less entirely for when I started fiscal year 23, yes, sorry, brain. So I also got a question about the enlisted to commissioned and if you'd have to have a bachelor's degree. The paperwork is still up in the air, up with the generals and surgeon general and all those higher echelons. There is no telling at this moment that I could tell you for sure either way. I will say that when I was a freshman, they asked the enlisted how many already had a degree. So it leads me to believe, and because in the Army, like to commission, you have to have a degree. It leads me to believe that those that have a degree will be commissioning, but I don't know how the Army will do that. Sorry. I don't know how well the military as a whole will do that. So that will be a question to find out when it's actually published, which when and if I'm still making these videos when it gets published, I will share the information and the document with you guys, or at least a link to the document. Today when we did the IPAP brief, we had some questions regarding, back up 1 second. So for those of you that are interested in retention throughout the program, we lost 2 people in junior semester, 1 from academics and 1 from non-academics. So then we moved to senior semester, we gained 2 people. So we're still sitting at 50 people. However, we gained an Air Force and a Navy. So we're no longer only Army class. We almost made it all the way through. Fast forward, the IPAS brief today that we gave to the freshmen, I didn't speak a whole lot because I'm the historian and but I do tend to speak. I'm trying to get better at it, but time to study and how to study. So we got a question about like how much time do you spend studying? Some people said they take Fridays off. Some people says they take Friday and Saturday off. Personally, I don't take any days off. There may be days where I only study 1 or 2 hours, but I don't feel comfortable enough with being successful in taking days off, but I've notoriously been a workaholic, so I'm also trying to get better at that. But like maybe on a Friday, I'll only study for 1 or 2 hours, and then I'll take the rest of the evening, maybe watch a movie or something. I'm definitely needing and learning that my mental health and social health and all of those things are more important than anything else. And I've also in the program learned how to study so I can use my study time more efficiently. So learning what works for you in this program is huge. I told the class today, I was in week 8 of freshman semester, so halfway through the first semester, and when I actually figured out, okay, this works for me. This is my rhythm. I don't change it up a lot because it has worked. That's why I haven't taken off days, because I started and I just like hit the ground running studying every day. But so I don't want to change too much and then it not work for me anymore, or maybe fail a really important exam and stuff like that. And it's just, the amount of information is vast that you need to remember. So I just keep on chugging along, and if it works, I'm not going to break something that's not broken already. I'm not going to try to fix it, so to speak. So it's working for me, and I'm going to continue. Some people take days off, and it's up to you to find what middle ground you are happy with, where you can tend to your own needs or your family's needs or your social needs, friends' needs, and then your academic needs as well. So some people ask how to study. Freshman semester, it's all about anatomy and physiology. You have 14 of your tests on anatomy and physiology, whereas biochem and micro, you only have 9 of those tests. So it's a little more heavy, but you have more room. But I will say that I drew out so much. So I would draw out things for biochem, maybe acid-base blood gases or whatever. Micro, I might like draw like nematodes, trematodes, cestodes, etc. And then, but anatomy and physiology, just drawing the parts of the body, the parts of the organ. The first test is the heart. The first block, is circulation. So a lot of it's knowing the heart. And so I might draw that out and label it several times, and you got to figure out what works for you, obviously. But when I got into the conceptual things and the disorders, I started creating charts that really helped me, that you are able to see the difference. So maybe two disorders sound really alike, but there's this one key difference, so you can kind of highlight that as you're going through it. And I think it also helps me because I'll read the slide 3 or 4 different times, and then I work to put the notes on my charts in my own words, and that's kind of like the active adult learning. Somebody did say today, don't do passive learning, which passive is maybe you just copy down all the slide information. That doesn't really work for a lot of people because you're not like really understanding it. You're just going through the motions of like reading and writing. So and putting it in your own words ensures that understanding. So that's what I've done with my charts from sophomore semester to present day. And a lot of people are asking, how can you balance life? Like I still want to make dinner or have dinner with my family every night, and you can definitely do that. Some people don't study until their kid goes to bed. Some people study in the morning. A couple people that I know study at the schoolhouse, so they'll come in early, maybe 6:30. They'll stay until 1700, even if they don't have class. They'll stay and study. Maybe they get out of class at 1500 that day. They'll still stay and study together for the couple hours until 1700 or possibly later, and then they will go home, and then their time at home is devoted to their home life. So they've created a really good balance in doing so. It doesn't work for everybody, especially group learning. Group learning is the best when it works for you. If it doesn't work for you, then I do recommend trying multiple groups. Our class had several, so I would bounce around to try different ones. I might, for one block, I would just try this one study group, and then if I felt it didn't benefit me when the test came, I might try a different study group the next block or 2 blocks later or something. Don't change everything like rapidly, because then you won't know what worked and what didn't. But I would say definitely by freshman semester, you do need to find what works for you, or you may not make it through sophomore. Luckily, as long as everything goes smoothly, most people that I know that have only failed like 1 course or 2 courses in 1 semester, they've recycled and started again. So you'll see the academic board, of course, but everybody here is really understanding. I know people have had maybe 1 semester they had an academic recycle, and the next semester they had a non-academic recycle because they had some personal things going on. So it's definitely, the people here want to see you succeed, then they understand maybe you just need a little more time to grasp the information. So don't think that that's not an option. Then I also wanted to touch on the IPAP merchandise. We have really grown the merchandise a bit since in the last 1 or 2 semesters. It was really good when I got here. It kind of fell off for a little bit, and now it's really good again. In terms of like, we have mugs now, carabiners, these the Coyote t-shirts, crew necks, polos, jackets, coins, stickers, patches. So I believe, I don't know if I looked and it wasn't today, so it might be tomorrow. I'll include the IPAP Square merch site in the description or the comments below, and then you guys can go there if you want to buy any merch. We do ship worldwide, so if you're in Germany for phase 2 right now, if you're in some small town in Iowa but you just really want a coin, or like, we ship everywhere. And if you have trouble with the site, let me know and I can try to help you. Or I can put you in touch with one of our merchandise reps to try to figure out exactly how to fix your issue. Because some people have had a little trouble with the site, but hopefully it works well for you if you try to go on and purchase anything. A couple of the things are just pre-order. So the pre-order, some of them are all the time. The crew necks, the carabiners, the mugs, the coins, the stickers, patches, but the Coyote shirts, the polos, and the jacket, the black jackets, they are only pre-order. So that pre-order window is getting ready to open. It'll be open for a couple of weeks. And so you guys can all buy your swag and it can be shipped directly to your home if you need it to be, or if you're local, you can always come pick it up. But that, I'll include the link so you guys can keep an eye on that. So the pre-order window would definitely be opening by the 1st, which is Wednesday. So if you have questions, let us know. I will say the merchandise helps IPAP or IPAS supply. We do things like PA day with it. We do things like the like the summer event is a pool party. There's also our volleyball tournament. There's also appreciation dinner for IPAS members at the end of every semester. So each class gets funding for each semester to do $200 to do whatever the class decides on. Some classes do snacks, some classes want to buy like a camera, and so it's kind of up to you and how your class wants to do that if you come. But just so you know where your money's going, it's going to all good things to help morale around the schoolhouse, to help us better appreciate our learning. I know we gave a portion of one of our freshman funds to the person the S6 in our class that's doing the recording so that we can rewatch lectures and stuff. He spent his own money on a camera, and so we reimbursed him. But ever since then, we've pretty much done snacks and forks and things that we might need in the classroom to just help us continue semester by semester. We did have to fill out the last week of last semester, so 2 weeks ago, we did have to fill out a form with some personal information to get our orders, so that's exciting. Hopefully we will get our orders soon-ish. And then I was told 60 to 90 days out. So I believe it's 109 days to graduation, so yay. Not that I'm counting or anything, but we are off to a great semester. We got to have the IPAS welcome back, and almost all of the instructors say hi, and sometimes not all of them can make it. But off to a great start in the beginning of my last semester in didactic IPAP. So if you guys have any questions or any comments, leave them below or email me, and I'll be happy to answer them. Hope I addressed all the concerns that were noted from last month to this month. I'll probably do the next one a little bit earlier, maybe in 3 or 4 weeks, but it's gonna be less than a month. I don't mean to make it so long between them, and I promise I will not forget about you all. But I hope you have a great next couple of weeks, and talk to you later. Bye.